What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Solgr Fusha Only Show podcast. This is episode 46, and it's actually a special one this week because we actually have two people joining us. Homicidal Lou as well. I mean, he's pretty much a regular co-host now, but we also have Inebriation joining us as well this week. How are you guys doing tonight? That's good.
It is.
And we're joined with, of course, Fusha's here as well.
The one and only Fusha.
Yeah.
I'd be a little late, but I made it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny because we usually do this at 7 Mountain Time, but then we were planning on doing it an hour earlier because we're gonna get into this in a little bit. But
yes.
Walking Dead season 8 premieres tonight.
However, I think most other times we'll still do it at our regular time. It's just this one, there's the season finale before the season premiere that has an extra clip in it. Yeah.
All right, let's see 1 second. Boo's saying in chat that she couldn't hear them.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, they did. They did talk. Let me
Excuse us while we have minor technical difficulties. You know, all of my time in fast food, I always wanted to say, I cannot serve you due to technical difficulties. And I never thought I'd get the chance to say it. And then I worked at Taco Bell and it happened. I'm like, oh, well, now we can't ring your order and we have to do it by like manual.
All right. When you guys say something, see if. Yeah, hopefully this will work. I mean,
did it work?
I'm just wondering because some of my audio is getting kind of screwy since I switched to different headphones and I switched some around. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me.
Yep, early Christmas present. It works.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Wait. This might do it. All right. Let's try this again. Say something again.
Yeah. All right, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Testing 1 2 3. Are you there? Calling out to Major Tom.
Hello and welcome to the Destiny Podcast.
There we go. Boo said.
That's such a radio voice.
I had to be an announcer there.
He does.
Yes.
He does have such a good radio voice.
I've got a face for radio.
I've got a face for radio. I've always been told that too.
Yeah.
That's why I have my own podcast.
Yay!
But for some reason I stream it now on video too. All right.
That's the job done.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Boo. I'm glad we got that straightened out. I'm glad we noticed that now instead of after an hour or two or
yeah.
It could have been very bad, but
Meet Inebriation, the new Golden Freeman.
Yeah, he's gonna be the new Morgan Freeman. He's gonna be doing voiceovers for everything from Visa to hemorrhoid creams.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Boo's the real
And the penguins.
From not knowing till last minute, so it works.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so yeah, we got a ton to get into. Like we said, The Walking Dead premiere tonight. We're not really going to get into like spoilers or anything because that's not the show for. This isn't the show for that. That's tomorrow's podcast, our Walking Dead one. But tonight, some Destiny 2 news to get into. They finally talked about what seasons are in the game, and then we are also going to get into Warframe finally this week as well. I mean, I think I kindly touched on it a little bit last week, but. Homicidal wasn't here last week, and he hadn't really played it anyways, which he finally did jump in and play the new expansion with us earlier today. So we'll get into that a little bit. But to start things off, we'll and then you have a few movies and stuff.
A few. There's some coming up. I've seen a few new previews for Thor Ragnarok, which looks incredible.
It does.
It seems to have the same sarcastic comedy as the others. But I'm excited to see it. And then we are also going to find time. I've seen it, but you haven't. Wonder Woman.
You have seen it?
Yeah, I've told you that I've seen it because my mom played it like a couple times I was over there. I had no other choice. I
I
couldn't just
didn't.
turn away.
Okay, so I didn't know that you had finally seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you even
at least I
listen?
haven't given any spoilers, and it wasn't by choice.
All right, I'm gonna be in the doghouse by the time this episode's over.
Are you sure
Maybe.
it's not gonna be by
Well, I am
choice?
involved.
I'm the
I
one-
tend to get people in trouble.
Well, I'm the one that saw it without him, but it wasn't by choice.
Yeah, inebriation's bad influence on me.
I am.
I don't mind.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe so.
I'm a
No,
horrible
yeah.
person.
But
So yeah, I do finally want to see that. I mean, I've heard so much good stuff about Wonder Woman, and
it's really good, and I think that you'll like it, and we should definitely watch it soon.
yeah, we're gonna get into it really
There's
soon.
still a few bits and pieces that I've missed because the times that my mom's had it playing when I go over there every Sunday, which is inevitable, the kids are around too, so it's like
Mm,
distraction, and then I realize I'm not a grown adult to allowed to have an auto pop in the living room because I spilled it.
right.
Special kind of special, I swear. But no, the other one that's coming up isn't I just lost my train of thought.
Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League, that's what it was.
Yeah, Justice League is coming out beginning of November, I think. Right?
Mhm.
They're both coming out really close.
Which I actually saw a meme that made me laugh. It was like, you know how there's Marvel and there's DC? I think it's Marvel, or is it DC? I get confused. But you know on how CW or whatever channel, local channel, has their own Flash, Supergirl,
Mhm.
and this and that?
And Arrow and
Yeah, so it's the same side as that. And
that's DC.
yeah, DC. And it had like Wonder Woman, it like had, well, I'm so scrambled today. Anyways, it was a meme where it had the main characters from that one and the main characters from the other one, and they're like, "Are they with you?" And they're like, "No, are they with you?" It was just, I lost the punchline along there somewhere.
Right.
I'm tired.
Yeah, that's God. Yeah, needless to say, I am too. This has been a weird weekend since I didn't sleep at all Friday night, like not even 1 second, and
I was out by 8.
I tried to stream yesterday in the morning and couldn't keep my eyes open and didn't even.
Yeah, I haven't been able to sleep either. Last night I couldn't sleep. I finally fell asleep at 4 and I woke up at 7. Why not?
4 in the morning or
Yeah, 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning, then
Oh,
woke up.
geez.
I've been doing the same.
I'd be so dead. See, like night before last, I passed out at like 8 o'clock and slept till noon the next day.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised at that because we've also been staying up later during the week too.
That's
I've
true.
been streaming a little bit later, which is actually a good segue to our first segment that we usually do on the show. We normally go around the horn and kind of talk about some of the stuff that we've been playing and getting into the last week. Since you don't play games as often as we do, we usually kind of start with you. Like,
I've been meaning to play, and then I realized laundry has to be done, and garbage has to be taken out, and dishes have to be put in the dishwasher, and then I'm like, but seriously though, when Destiny comes out on PC, the rare occasions that you're not playing, like after you end stream, I'm just gonna hop on your account and play. I really just playing the beta. It was so incredible.
Mhm.
It
yeah,
was amazing.
she did play a little bit of the beta.
I had much better aim than I do on other games. I'm like, oh my god!
It's so much funner, like the mouse
It
and
really
keyboard. And,
is.
yeah, you were doing really good with it.
I was proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was very proud.
Yeah, it was so good on PC. I can't wait. Speaking of which, I'm glad you mentioned that. It comes out 2 days.
2 days.
Two more days for the PC release.
And I still regret what I did.
Oh, the bet with
Yes.
what is it? If the next on the next
If the next dead orbit rifle is called Deadlock because it's supposed to be similar to like the Skatelock.
mhm.
If it's called Deadlock, then I've got to get Destiny 2 for PC.
Mhm.
It's a blessing in disguise, dude. You're gonna love it.
It's gonna be so funny if
You're
that's what
gonna
it's
love
called.
it.
Yeah, because it's gonna be a dead orbit
works
version
out.
of the Skatelock, and we said something about it being called. It's probably gonna be called Deadlock. That would be so funny if that's what they call it.
I'm hoping it's not right now.
Right. Speaking of which, I'll get into this in a little bit when we talk about the seasons. Though there's gonna be some different armor sets coming up on the next faction rally. That the Dead Orbits actually looks pretty tight. But yeah, I digress. That's another thing. But continuing like what you've been getting into, we actually watched a little bit of. Well, I watched a lot more actually since I didn't sleep Friday night. I was up all night watching it. But you watched some of them with me too. Though there's been obviously the Walking Dead reruns going and stuff.
It's been a long marathon, which is always weird to go back and see episodes for the second time because you're like, wait, I remembered this happened, but did it already happen, or is it going to happen now? And then you're like thrown off on the timeline. I just can't believe we're already into the next season. Like, where did the time go? The season finale was just it feels like last month. And now it's like, boom, here we are again for a new holiday season.
Yeah, the summer flew by.
But I am super excited to see what's going to happen with tonight's episode and what extra scene is in the finale that wasn't before.
Yeah. Oh,
Those
yeah.
Heapsters can just go rot.
The scavengers is actually, I finally saw what they are called in it.
They're
Some people,
Heapsters.
yeah, some people call them the Heapsters, but yeah, they're actually
horrible.
they actually refer to them as the scavengers in the show.
I don't like them.
No, yeah, something's that. Yeah. I almost said spoilers, and I'm glad I didn't say something because inebriation. I actually know we talked about this earlier. He has some catching up to do on Walking Dead. He
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah,
season.
Yeah, pretty much the entire season. He's seen the first 2 episodes of season 7.
What have you been doing with your life, man?
Pretty much just I just hide in the corner a lot.
That's reasonable. I mean, we all do.
That was actually a nice segue to get to him to see what he's been doing over the last week, what he's been playing.
Right?
He's been hiding in a corner.
What's been better than watching The Walking Dead?
Right.
Just a lot of self-loathing and you mean games?
Right.
Had a pretty exciting night last night. Running into non-stop cheaters on PUBG. That was really exciting. But I did experience my first, I've seen videos, but I've never actually experienced anybody using the speed hack. And yeah.
I caught some of that last night before I took off. I was in Saint's channel, and it was like I was kind of lurking because I was still cleaning, and then I could still hear what was going on. It was just complete BS. I'm like, uh-oh.
I was asleep, wasn't I?
Right. No, you were in here trying to stream for a little bit.
Oh, it was when I was still okay.
Yeah. But,
no, it was dumb. Even him driving the vehicle went flying past way faster than it should.
Right. Because I couldn't see it, but I could hear it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely no bueno.
That's no good.
Played some 7 Days to Die because every now and then you just got to aimlessly build crap. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
especially this is the season.
It's like, you know what? Right. I can't get enough of real life where I have to work constantly to get nowhere. So let's do it on 7 Days to Die.
Let's do it digitally. Yeah, let's do it digitally.
Yeah.
Gotta get the fix in somewhere.
Right.
It's the illusion.
Yeah, exactly. Played a little bit of Fortnite. Haven't played a whole lot of that. We played a little bit. Just kind of, if anybody hasn't seen it, just a cartoon version of PUBG, except your bullets actually where they go, they actually show hit markers. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There isn't a ton of desync.
Yeah, it's very smoothly it's I don't know. I like it. It's yes, the aim is different because you do have your bullets kind of go. It's not always spot on straight where you're at. They do kind of spread.
Well,
yeah.
I was just gonna say, I remember when you were playing that with Solgr, and it was it was harder to get salty on because it was just more animated
because of visuals and everything.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't. You feel better about it. It's nicer.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's nicer about it.
But then just been playing a lot of the Plains of Eidolon. Oh, the Plains of Eidolon. That's how I want to say it every time. I know
every time you hear that, right? Even if you just say
with me to a wonderful place filled with adventure and crazy creatures. The Plains of Eidolon.
See, he can do the voiceover for the Plains of Eidolon commercial right there. Like,
You
that's
should.
it.
Totally should.
And then it's just some dude in an office. Yeah, I was just. But yeah, that's pretty much been the games for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's actually what we played a lot of today was Plains of Eidolon. First we'll get to Homicidal, like what he's been getting into. I know pretty much a lot of Destiny. I mean, we've been playing a lot of Destiny together.
A lot of Destiny. I recently started back up on Warframe today as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At the moment, I'm getting back into GTA 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only because I haven't got GTA 5 yet.
Oh, okay. That actually reminds me. I still need to finish that. There was a time when I was streaming it pretty regularly, trying to get the campaign like beat on it. I got pretty far into it too, but I think I still probably have a lot left. But
you have so many unfinished games, and then you go out and buy more games, and then you have even more unfinished games. And it's just like, Jesus, finish a game, then go on to the next.
I know, it's bad. But GTA 4 is good too. Like GTA 4 was. You should definitely get 5 though at some point because that one's really good.
I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to get more into the like online component of it. Like I've never really like I went into it once just by myself and kind of messed around in it, maybe like an hour tops or something. But I've never really like I've seen a lot of it. I've watched a lot of streams of it, and I kind of get like a bunch of the stuff that you could do in it, and it seems pretty cool. Like there's like the homie Darth, he does a lot of these like role playing streams and stuff that's done within GTA Online.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty crazy.
Wasn't that one of the first ones that we played where I was causing all this trouble and the cops are coming after me and you're like, you're gonna be caught, and then I somehow miraculously got away?
It was.
I was kind of impressed with myself there because I really didn't think I was gonna get away, and then next thing, like,
that's weird.
Right,
I'm trying to
remember which one it was because it was one of the first consoles we got.
It was Grand Theft Auto, but I don't think it was 5 though.
I don't think it would have been.
I think it might have been like 4
years ago.
Well, 5 came out like 4 years ago, maybe, because I remember it actually came out on last gen consoles, and then they like kind of like brought it over to the current ones now. But
it's still a fun game though.
It's so crazy how well that game sells for being out as long as it has been. I mean, every GTA has pretty much been like that, but GTA 5 is even, I'm pretty sure it's even blowing all the past GTAs out of the water. Mm-hmm. And it's because of this online component. I mean, GTA always sells damn well, but with this GTA online component, like, I don't think they've ever talked about any, like, story DLC or anything. Every time they come out with more content for it, it's always in this online mode. And it's constantly in the top 5 games every month sold. Every month. And it's been out for like 4 or 5 years probably.
It's very addicting when you get into it.
They are, yeah.
Like when The Sims first came out and it was the hot rush.
Oh like, God, The Sims. Yeah, Jesus.
I'm old.
That was like when video game crack like first started. That was one of the like first like video game crack games. Like, you know, it's like, God, put The Sims away, junkie. You know, like now a lot of games try and hit that, scratch that itch, right? Because you know, you get because a lot of games now are this like games as a service thing, you know, games that change and constantly update over time. Overwatches and Destinies and Warframes of the world and stuff like that, and
yeah,
and you're starting to see that spread into other genres. And then I mean, there's even games that they're kind of starting talking about that aren't coming out for a while that are along that line. Like Anthem comes to mind. Like Anthem, I can't wait for that one, but I'm really trying to temper my expectations because it's still so far off. But a really dope ass studio was making it, and so far what we've kind of seen and heard of it, it seems like they're onto something, and I really hope that they pull it off because it could be dope. It's the best way of kind of explaining it is kind of if you combined the Mass Effect trilogy, like the first 3, with like a Destiny. So it's kind of third, but there's this third person though. It's not going to be a first person. It is going to be third person, but it's like looter shooter, open world, RPG, MMO hybrid type stuff like that. Like kind of like what Destiny is. So
Fair enough.
Interesting.
Sounds good.
yeah, I mean, they showed it off at E3, and we haven't really heard anything from it since. But I definitely recommend checking out the trailer that they put out. That E3 trailer they put out. Because it was actually gameplay, and that's the crazy thing. It was it was actual gameplay. It wasn't just CG or anything like that. It was actual gameplay, and it looks incredible. But the game's official Twitter says fall 2018, but even that's being pretty optimistic. Most people in the games industry will not be surprised if it slips into 2019, and I kind of wouldn't be either. So, but it's definitely got the recipe to be a pretty dope game. But speaking of which, so let's dive into. I'm trying to think. Well, I was trying to think if we would do Warframe or the Destiny 2 stuff first. Might as well just start with Warframe. Yeah, let's start with Warframe. Let's start with Inebriation because he's played it more than Homicidal and I have. Because like I've been like streaming Destiny and stuff throughout the week, and Inebriation's been watching chat fishing and stuff in Warframe, which is what we did a lot today. So, like in a nutshell, overall,
fisherman. So it's
right.
That's how I roll.
Mm-hmm. So like overall, like in general, like what do you think of the Plains of Eidolon expansion?
It's fun. It definitely is awesome that an expansion of that sort, that it wasn't like an expansion saying, oh hey, we expanded the game and the rest of you that it's going to take you 10 years to get to that point, then you can play that.
Yeah.
It was at the beginning, so there was something new.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is one thing that I was mentioning earlier is that with the everything that you're earning in here, yes, you do have some of the weapons that you can build, things like that, and you can use that otherwise. But as far as the grind that is involved in the plains, with the fishing, with the mining, with certain materials, things in there, it all pertains to the plains.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that would be kind of hard to really implement that into the rest. You know what I mean? Because like really all you could do at that point is if there is some random water, maybe you can fish, but that's kind of with the way the missions are set up prior to plains, it wouldn't make any sense because you would just stop. Okay, guys, assassination, but let's stop. We're going to fish right here.
Yeah,
right?
we're going to fish right here, this little water.
So I get that, but at the same time, it would be kind of nice with maybe some of the materials that you're mining and things like that are some of the materials that you would have to normally grind for in the regular game. Some of that stuff that you have to get to build to build like the certain guns and things like that. Mm-hmm. It'd be nice if that was some of that was thrown into there, but ultimately it's not like because of that it's like, I hate it now. You know what I mean? It's fun. So
yeah, because like that's kind of the same thing I've been saying with it. It's like it's kind of incredible what they've done. It's so drastically different from pre-planes, right? Like it's not that narrow hallway, procedurally generated tile sets like of the like kind of maze tile sets like how they were before. Like it's almost like expansion isn't even the right word for it. It's almost like addition or something is the right thing, because like you said, you don't really see the stuff from the planes bleed into pre-plane stuff. Like you said, it's normally like kind of its own thing between the planes themselves and then the new town, Cetus.
It's almost like a giant mini game.
It really is, yeah, and it's so different. And they did such an amazing job on the world itself, the open world part. Like it looks incredible. It's got to be pretty big, like because like I haven't really explored kind of like the whole thing.
I want to throw out some kudos to them because how long has it been out? Like
maybe closer to 4 years, maybe.
Well, no, just planes.
Oh, just planes.
What, like a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks tops. Like probably not
2
even
weeks.
that.
So I ran into an issue. I think it was the third day in, where I had jumped and I did a slide, and I just happened to hit a rock just right that actually pushed me into the map. And I threw right, and I fell forever, all that stuff. And I finally hit, and it just kind of respawned me right at the doors. Like, it was almost instant. It wasn't like, But the thing is, that's the only time that it's happened, right? And for it to be 3 days in, and then I noticed the next day there was an update, and the next day there was an update, and then 2 days later there was, just mini hot fixes. They happen.
There's been a few of
them. But
the
fact is, have you fallen through the map?
No.
I don't. I'm not seeing tons of videos where people are going off on saying that they're falling through the map. It happened, and it does happen in games. But the fact is, it happened, and they fixed it right away. So kudos to that, because there's how many games out there that will be broken for 3 months.
Well, there's even
easy 3 months.
There's even
so.
Well, sorry. No,
you're good.
I was just gonna say there was even an Assassin's Creed game you try playing and then you got like stuck and you still never found a fix. So it's like it's really cool that they fixed it right away and didn't let it continue.
Yeah, what's weird about that one though is like not everyone that game crashing bug wasn't like happening to everybody either. Right. Like it's so weird. It was trying to load into that island. You would just get stuck in a loading screen and you literally couldn't do anything. Like no matter what you did wouldn't help. Even if you delete, like uninstalled, reinstalled the game, like nothing would work. So it's and it's a game that's 3-4 years old and they're never going to touch it. So move on to the next one. Speaking of which, we did finally pre-order Assassin's Creed Origins and that comes out Friday and I'm stoked.
It was really cool. They fixed it right away and it only happened that once and it's just like done.
Well, I'm glad that Inebriation brings this up because on one of the recent Destiny community podcasts, one of their fan questions brought up, like, kind of like, do they wish that Bungie would be, Bungie has the TWAB and everything like that, but they said like they asked the host if they would like it if Bungie would be more, like a little bit more forthcoming with information and stuff. And what makes me instantly think about it, you look at the developers of Warframe Digital Extremes. They have a couple streams that they do. They have one they do every week with 2 of their community developers. It's like Primetime, I think is what it's called. And then they have their dev stream, which I could be wrong. I think it's once every other week. And it's literally a stream they do. It's either every week or every other week. I know it's at least bi-monthly, but and it's their developers. It's actually the heads of all the different departments, I'm pretty sure, is who's usually there. And they just talk about the game and what they're working on, and a lot of the times they even show like what they're working on, and they're really forthcoming with information and stuff like that. And
overall, I must say I have enjoyed you playing more
Warframe. Yeah, it's excellent. It's so like I'm obviously such a huge fan of both games. I'm definitely not trying to be those people that. It's weird because you do see a lot of crossover where a lot of Warframe people play Destiny, a lot of Destiny people play Warframe, but then you will see the ones that are, they hate each other, they don't get along. It's fire and water, and unfortunately it's that way. But you're gonna get that anywhere,
They're
so
both incredible. When you can enjoy both worlds, it makes it even better.
Exactly. Yeah, like when there's a content drought in Destiny, play Warframe. When there's one in Warframe, play Destiny. They complement each other so well.
Sidetrack everything. I just
no, you're good.
Put my 2 cents in.
But going with Homicidal, he finally, like we said earlier, he finally got to play with it. He finally played Eidolons a little bit today. What did you think about it overall?
Well, the map could be a bit more detailed because you could get lost so quick.
You mean like the map itself, like you pull up to look around, not like the game world, but the map, like
just the map.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad that you brought that up because that's actually one of my criticisms as well too. Is sometimes most of the time pulling up the map, it's kind of like you said, it needs to be more detailed. Like there isn't like really like markers or anything on it. You don't even know like what direction you're facing really. Like it's kind of like I actually said this to Inebriation earlier. It works perfect for the maze like the pre-plane stuff. It works excellent for that, for those worlds. But that's not the type of map system that works for like an open world type thing. So like if they and Inebriation actually pointed this out, I didn't even really notice it. Like you said, like with how quick that they've noticed stuff and have fixed it. The map, you could tell they had messed with the map a little bit. Like you could tell they kind of did something like a little quick with it. It did look a little different when we were playing it today.
Yeah, they made it so that yes, you do have to spin around, but you can see the whole map. When it first came out, it was tiny, and then even if you spun around completely, there was some of the map that you just couldn't see. Mm-hmm. So it was really hard to tell which direction you were going and things like that. But I think that it needs to be, at least have it where, because there's a lot of games where you can lock the map in place or turn with character, right?
Yes.
But it'd be nice to just be able to lock the map in place. I just open it up like a normal map. It's a full screen. I don't care. It's a little transparent anyway, so you can run through, keep doing what you're doing. But, that way we can at least see what we're doing. And then by doing that, give an option to at least like set waypoint in the map. Because like you said, the old way, the old stuff, everything, the map works perfect, right? It creates its waypoints for you because it hits that door. Mm-hmm. It's the next door that needs to open up. This is where you're at. But in an open world, that's not going to be the case. There's no doors. There's no, right? Mm-hmm. But it would also be nice to have maybe a little bit more in the map. It doesn't necessarily have to be like more camps that are occupied, right? But at least have some things that are different so okay, I'm at this part of the map because I'm right next to this.
Right. Yeah, like different landmarks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Just different landmarks. Mm-hmm. Nothing too crazy. I mean, yes, they do have some landmarks, and I am learning some of it. But there's still plenty of time where you're going, yeah, so I'm going to go that way, and then you go the wrong way. So,
and you kind of have to guess and hope you're going the right way, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was my problem with it, really.
Yeah,
so
and
I got lost as soon as I went in.
All I can picture there, too, is John Travolta from, what's that, the meme, isn't it? Where he's, like, looks confused, like, looking around. That's all I can think of. He's like...
Yeah, it's from Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, yeah. Because he's just like, he's got the coat over his arm and everything. Yeah. He's looking around like, yeah, that's exactly what I picture.
That's so perfect. I know that's all I'm gonna see now. Every time when I'm lost, it's just that like looking around. It's so perfect too because like I get what you're saying though, like because I've noticed that too. Like once I play it a little bit more, like you kind of start to notice landmarks and such. Like you said, it does make it a little bit easier to kind of navigate the world. But yeah, it definitely needs a little bit tinkering in that aspect. But God, that fishing though, I mean, it's so crazy. Like how fun that actually is. Like.
You can spend hours doing it,
right? Yeah, we did it like today was my first time finally fishing in it, and we did it for like a few hours, I think. Yeah, like
it had to have been because the last few times that I checked in on stream just to kind of lurk for a little bit, all I heard was fishing.
Yeah, it was so funny when Boo dropped in too. She's like, water. she didn't realize what we were doing because like she just dropped in chat and like she was obviously looking at my screen and my guy, it's kind of hard to see the spear, but he has a spear up like this because I'm aiming it, and I was just looking around through the water for fish, and so she was just like, yeah, water, and I'm like, I didn't notice it yet, I didn't see it in chat yet. But so then, like, I threw the spear, caught a fish, and brought it in. And then right as I noticed, like, the chat, what it said, she's like, "Oh, you're fishing. Never mind. All right." Like, she didn't know what was going on. She just thought I was just sitting there, like, staring at water.
Here's the other thing that I want to point out on this, right? We're saying how addicting and how fun it actually is. Mm-hmm. But you had 14 people watching you fish. 14 people watching you stare at water, waiting for that perfect time to throw that spear to catch that weird misshapen radioactive fish.
Yeah.
It's even better that it's radioactive.
You've seen some of the fish. Like that's like part of it. That's like part of it. That's awesome is seeing what the hell you're gonna be pulling out of the water because some of it's
the
like
little things that get you by.
Like the most normal thing that you caught was a boot.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. Is yeah. I did. I caught 2 boots. I think Inebriation pulled out a boot too.
Nice.
Yeah. It's crazy because then after I realized that I was like, yeah, sorry guys, you guys should just sit here and watch me fish. And Boo's like, no, this is actually like pretty relaxing. I kind of need this right now. I'm like, it is, ain't it?
It's the little things. They
Yeah.
make all the difference.
Right? I always hated getting boots in those kind of games. Right? It makes me kind of wonder like what else you could pull out of there. And you know, like they're gonna keep adding stuff, right? Like we're gonna kind of get into the same kind of thing with Destiny as well too. But like I said, these are games, like they call them games as a service, that change as time goes on. And this is a really good like foundation, for Digital Extremes to build a whole new world. Like it literally is a whole new world. Like we were saying, it's like an add-on more than like an expansion of like expanding, because an expansion by definition, that's normally expanding on what's already there. Mm-hmm. Like we said, this is more adding on, like adding a whole nother world to what was there before. And I also agree with Inebriation as well too. I would kind of like to see some crossover between some of the pre-plane stuff and some of the plane stuff. Like you said, like fishing wouldn't really work.
But at least the mining, yeah.
But like mining, yeah, and like for instance, how there's like how you can craft weapons and stuff now in Cetus. Some have this, some elements of that brought into, I don't know, some of the other planets and stuff. Maybe like you start having like other
weapon parts. That would be pretty cool. Like you find it on certain things and things like that. Then you can, so all around you have to go to Cetus to do it. To actually build it, you go to that guy and you got to maybe use like standing, whatever. It's all involved, but it would be awesome.
Yeah, go to different planets. You can get certain weapon parts, running excavations or whatever, get different parts, then take them back to Cetus. And I would not be surprised if we see that eventually. Like, I kind of have a feeling. So I'm stoked for this expansion for sure. Like I said, it's good. Because Warframe, not only is it a game that I go to when there's like droughts like in Destiny and stuff, but even when there isn't, it's it rapidly became kind of another one of my main games alongside Destiny and stuff like that.
Just don't let Devin die when you recreate her.
Oh yeah, my damn space dog. Yeah, Destiny 2 came out and I didn't play Warframe for about a month, and I finally signed back in, and my our dog got ejected into space.
You let our love fern die.
My dog died too.
Yeah, a lot of ours did.
Gotta keep him alive this time.
Right. I don't have to feed robots.
I'm not getting another one, honestly.
The thing is maybe I just didn't level it up enough. Maybe there was something I was missing, but the dog, like the animal, just didn't help me enough.
They kind of really don't.
They were, I noticed when you had Devin, she was more in the way than she.
Especially at first. I mean, I eventually got her leveled up to where she was able to kind of hold her own better.
Not die.
But then again, who am I to blame? Who am I to judge when I couldn't even keep a Geopet alive? Like the Gigapets, the little.
Or wasn't it Is it Tamagotchis or is that something else?
Isn't it Tamagotchis?
Yeah, Tamagotchis. I couldn't keep those things alive. They just kept dying on me. So I mean.
I killed many of them.
God.
Don't worry, I got in
I don't
trouble
think
with
I
my
ever really
fiance
had
as well.
one. Yeah.
I got in trouble with my fiance about my Cooper then. Not because it died, but because of my reaction when it died.
What did you do?
I was laughing.
I know, I kind of laughed a little bit when I read that message.
Like, it took forever to get rid of that thing.
God.
They turn more into pests than they do any kind of good.
The one thing with my dog we had though is I leveled up the perk where she can open up the containers and stuff. I leveled that up so high where it was literally at like 99% or 100%. So like literally every crate she went to open, she would like stuff would fall out of it. You know, like she was able to open every single one. So that was nice having her help open loot chests and stuff for me. But that was about it.
That's all Kuba's really useful for.
Yeah. I mean, once if you get their damages, I mean,
Pros and
she,
cons.
she did get better. Like once I finally got her armor up and her attack stats up and stuff. Like she did actually become like a help, but there was a lot of pain and suffering on the way to that point, though. Like,
well, as much as I love dog meat and Fallout, there's sometimes I'm like, Jesus, dog, get out of the way. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Dog meat is like better though than the way the dogs are at first in Warframe. I don't know though. Like I might eventually do another dog again, but I am definitely going to do a space cat.
Yeah, that's what I was debating too.
Yeah, I really want to breed one of those. So
do a space cat because I want a cat.
There's some cool looking ones too. We actually played Warframe a little bit earlier, a little bit with FGS as well, and he brought his dog into the plains, and he breeded his differently, like, because in Warframe you can get this like I don't even remember how you even get it, but you get this like cyst almost kind of thing on your neck, and what you do is there's an area in your ship that will open up, and then you go and get it like eradicated or taken off. But he didn't do it, and he somehow used that in the breeding of his dog or something. So it breeded like a different type of dog than like the way ours looked.
Oh my!
And his dog was pretty dope looking. Like
it was a mutant.
Kinda, yeah. It was like you wouldn't. I don't think you've really seen that frame. It's actually kind of. It was like a dog version of kind of the frame that Inebriation uses a lot of. Was it Nidus? It's like the infestation frame. And that's kind of what it was. It was kind of like a infested Kubro. It's pretty dope looking, though. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, it was pretty dope looking. Yeah, it was wicked. It was pretty dope. But yeah, I'm definitely stoked for the Plains of Eidolon. I can't. And the whole bounty system, too. Like, I really like how it works. I mean, some of the other, like, minor little things that we've kind of had with it is sometimes trying to load into the plains, like with your fire team, like with your group, sometimes you guys won't like load into the same instance and stuff, so sometimes we have to kind of like go back to ship, join into the group again, and then launch into the plains. And it's just it's and like when you were playing it earlier, I kind of told Inebriation this, it's because like we said, it's so different from pre-plane stuff in Warframe. So then they create this whole new like, it's almost like it's a whole new game, like if you look at just the plain stuff, it's literally like it's a sequel. It could almost be Warframe 2. So, and then obviously since they're doing that, it's kind of like we said with the map and stuff, so they're trying to use some of that stuff from pre-planes on that stuff, and like we said, sometimes it just doesn't really work. And you're kind of seeing that sometimes a little bit with like the networking and stuff, and with like how the team mechanics when you spawn into an instance work. So sometimes like that gets kind of goofy, but when you get into the right spots and everything, it's a lot of fun, like run around, exploring, fishing, and all that. There's a wide range of stuff to do, like the bounties, and then there's the incursions, just the random incursions that just pop up every now and then. So yeah, there's a lot to do. There's the day and night cycles, which I think is really cool, and then at night it gets much harder at night. And then that's when like the actual Eidolons will actually start roaming the grounds. And have you took an Eidolon down yet? Inebriation? Have you actually beat one or?
No. That's later on. I'm trying to figure out exactly what we need to do. By that I mean I haven't really put too much research into it, but I know that there is a certain weapon that you get later on that like the what are they called? Like the smaller ones, once they die, they like turn into that ghost.
Oh, yeah.
With this other weapon, you can actually kill that. And that's how you start. I think that's, from my understanding, that's how you get it down to like the normal damage to actually be able to do damage on it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I've actually only came across an Eidolon, I think maybe twice. We came across one today, but then when I was playing last night, it was last night I came across one as well. And both times I was kind of just shooting at it with just my Soma, and yeah, it wasn't doing any damage to him. So that's what I figured. I was like, yeah, there's definitely got to be a certain weapon or power or something, that actually does damage to it. So. So yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked on playing Eidolon. It's really good. So a lot of fun when we'll be playing a lot of that in the future. So what I want to get into next, real quick, is when did they have this stream? Was it Friday? It was the 20th. It was Friday. Okay, so Friday at TwitchCon, Bungie had their panel that they streamed, where they were finally discussing what seasons are in Destiny 2.
Oh,
and let's see.
Okay, but wasn't we before?
Yeah. Earlier today, I was kind of telling you about it. So yeah, this is an article from Polygon, real quick. I'll just kind of skim over. At TwitchCon today, Bungie explained how Destiny 2's concept of seasons will change the game on a regular basis, and revealed what players can expect when the game's second season rolls around. The developer also detailed changes to what it calls rituals, which is like Iron Banner in the faction rally, and confirmed the return of The Dawning, a holiday-themed event from the original Destiny. So The Dawning is coming back.
Nah, that's good.
And it's gonna have new armor sets. Let me see. So people watching the stream, this is actually gonna change. I'm gonna pull up this article right here.
Yeah, because one of my friends was talking about it. She was saying if they don't bring back the Dawning, because that was one of the main keys of the seasons in Destiny 1, she wouldn't get it. So now I can say you can get it because Dawning's coming out.
Yeah.
You can hate it for a while. She doesn't want to get Destiny 2 as much as I don't want to get it for PC, so that's the thing.
Right.
Or even better, she doesn't want to get Destiny 2 as much as I don't want to get No Man's Sky.
Okay. Right. Oh god. I don't know if it's that bad, but all right. So real quick, right here on the stream, I actually have there's the pictures up right here of the Dawning set. It's just kind of a sneak peek too, so we can only kind of see like a little bit of the helmet and the chest and gauntlets. But it's got the Warlock, Hunter, and Titan. And the set actually looks really good. I'm pretty stoked for that. So let me continuing on here though. Where are we at? Okay, Bungie said it added seasons to the game to give players a more predictable cadence for content updates. Currently, the studio expects to have 4 seasons per year. Remember, this was one of my guesses when Homicidal, when me and you have talked about it a little bit. We were kind of spitballing, like maybe like how long the seasons would be. If it's like monthly or.
Yeah, because I know Overwatch does monthlies.
Yeah. So, and this was kind of what I would think that they were gonna do, is like every 3 months, so 4 seasons per year. Though that is subject to change, so they might change that. So, but for now, it's looking like 4 seasons per year.
I think I mainly go off the reviews and what they hear, and because they're really good at, pretty good at being able to change things that need fixing.
Yeah, but no, they do. I mean, they're really they listen. Bungie pays a lot of attention to the community. What is? Oh, but this like 4 seasons per year, so every 3 months. I have a feeling like it's gonna stay at least that. Because once we go over this, like a lot of the stuff that's gonna change every season, it's gonna take time.
Right.
Like they said, it's a way to give a more predictable cadence for content updates.
Things don't always happen overnight.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Patience is a virtue.
Seasonal changes will see certain cosmetic items, including the contents of bright engrams, being swapped in and out. New seasons will also change the themes of the player experience. Seasons will also give Bungie an opportunity to make big changes to the game, including tuning and balancing adjustments to the game's multiplayer sandbox. So it looks like that we'll also get like a sandbox update every season change, probably too. Weapon balancing and stuff like that. So for Destiny 2's second season, Bungie will bring back the Dawning. That seasonal event will manifest with some changes to the tower and the farm. Here, you guys are going to like this. Players will be able to play casual mini games like hockey and have snowball fights during the Dawning. The event will also introduce themed gear to Destiny 2. Here's a preview of some of those items. And once again, that was the Dawning sets that we showed. And speaking of which, I also did hear something that I guess you'll also be able to throw snowballs and stuff like in the actual game world too, not just in the social spaces. And I guess the snowballs can actually like do damage too. Like, so you might be able to like take out some thralls or something with a snowball. So I don't know.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, we'll have to see. The changes here's the big thing for clans as well. The change in seasons will also affect clans and clan banners. Clan rank will reset with season 2, as will the perks that players receive from their clan banners. Clan banner perks will match the theme of the seasons, Bungie said, explaining that some of the perks in season 1 were tailored toward the Cabal. I kind of have a feeling season 2 perks are probably going to pertain a little bit more to the Vex, since the Curse of Osiris DLC is supposed to be dropping the same month in December, which is going to be like, it's supposed to be centered around the Vex. So I kind of have a feeling that clan perks will probably have to do with the Vex. Clans and their members will have a chance to reach their maximum clan rank and earn more loot before the end of the season, thanks to what Bungie is calling the Clarion Call. So now this little event, the Clarion Call, it's gonna happen before the end of season 1. So it should be happening roughly around probably the end of November, early December. And this event will give players double experience, meaning that they'll have a chance to earn twice as many Bright Engrams. Which I think that's really awesome that they're doing that. The rewards from Bright Engrams will change with seasons. So emotes, ships, sparrows, ghost shells, and other cosmetics currently available in Season 1 will be swapped out with new cosmetic rewards. Bungie showed off new exotic class ships, sparrows, and a mic drop emote that will replace the spicy ramen emote next season.
No, I like my spicy ramens.
But it can come back like in a future season though. It's not going to be like gone for good.
It'll just be one of those seasonal things that they take away.
But you have the ramen already though, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll still have it. It's just to get it.
Oh, that's good then.
So if you have it already, it's not going to take it out of your inventory. That's not what they mean. It's just not going to be in the. It's not going to be in the loot pool, in the Bright Engrams, right, or in Eververse.
It'll be a limited edition.
So if you have it already, yeah, I'm sure that's like a big misunderstanding. I didn't think of it that way, but yeah, if you have it already, it's not going to take it away. Let's see.
It'll just make it more rare because then you can only get it at certain times.
In certain seasons, yeah. So it is kind of cool how they're doing that. It does make them a little bit more special when they're there. Season 2 of Destiny 2 will also include a change to Faction Rally, the event in which players pledge their allegiance to Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, or Future Warcall. In Season 2, players will be able to earn faction armor that can be earned by playing and representing your faction. This next thing I'm really glad to hear already too. Bungie is also making some much needed changes to how Iron Banner rewards work. The developer admitted that Destiny 2's token economy isn't the best fit for every game activity. And to address that, Bungie will give players the option to directly purchase Iron Banner guns with tokens and legendary shards. That's going to be awesome. So now it sounds like it's going to be kind of like in Destiny 1 to how there would be certain pieces of armor that you can buy instead of hoping to get it in a drop. Which I think that's going to be awesome that they're going to do that they're going to change it this way. Armor items will also get new ornamental options that players will be able to earn through gameplay accomplishments. Here's a peek at some of those ornamental items in Iron Banner guns. Okay, I'm going to pull this screenshot back up. And this is actually some new Iron Banner ornaments, armor set and ornaments, and then some new Iron Banner weapons. And this new Iron Banner set looks pretty dope. I kind of like the older the last one a little better, but this one's still pretty dope looking. It's still kind of along those same lines as the kind of samurai feudal Japan kind of style to it. The hunter one looks really dope. The warlock one looks kind of cool too, like the gauntlets right here. That warlock helmet looks really sick. And then there's these different Iron Banner weapons right here. It looks like we got a hand cannon, auto rifle. I believe that's the Vice Scout rifle, and then we got a grenade launcher. Alright, these Iron Banner changes won't hit until Season 2, however, and Bungie still does have one more Iron Banner event planned during Season 1. So, we are going to get one more Iron Banner in November. That was like this last Iron Banner. But then the first one in Season 2 will be this newer Iron Banner with the changes in it too, so. Alright, and then I'm gonna pull up the screenshot one more time real quick right here, because then there's actually some they showed some preview images of some of the new ghosts and sparrows and stuff that we'll be able to get in Season 2. And there's a ghost right here, and it's actually pretty dope looking. We've never seen a ghost shell like this before. That, I mean,
Liz, I've got to see.
Yeah, there's kind of different body styles on them.
Whoa.
Yeah,
almost a completely different style.
It is, and you could tell that this one is kind of like the Dawning one. It kind of has like the Dawning colors.
Yeah.
Bubble.
And remember, you can apply shaders and stuff to these too, so you can change the colors to them. Then there's this one. They're all pretty dope looking.
I like that one.
This one is really sick. I'm really gonna gun for this one.
I like that one.
Think of that one with some different shaders. That like kind of galaxy.
These new shells.
Yeah, these new shells, right?
Game changing.
Can you imagine like a ghost costume? Like,
right?
You're just a ghost.
A whole big ghost. That'd be so awesome.
Oh,
Get ready for this sparrow. This sparrow right here is what I'm gonna be gunning for. Right there. They're bringing that body style back. I really want that sparrow. And think of that one with different shaders and stuff. With the fire, and like that thing can look pretty damn dope.
That looks nuts.
Right?
That looks amazing. Dude, they're adding so much new stuff into this game. It's unbelievable.
Right?
New looks, new changes,
And it's going to happen every season, every 3 months.
Every season.
Yeah. And
remember
exactly. Remember in Warframe, I think it was Inebriation asked something about your ship, remember?
My ship, the one that has blades.
Yep.
Yeah.
And remember I said something that kind of looks like the one that's going to be coming in the Dawning? It's going to be up on stream in a second for you. It kind of reminds me of that Warframe ship.
I like that.
I want that ship.
That is pretty much the exact same thing.
Yep. I want that ship
on Warframe.
with the red, white, and black Suro shader. Or one of the new Monarchy shaders.
That would look amazing. That already looks good. As far as I know, that does not need changing.
No, it looks good even like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, and so far I think that's pretty much most of it on
that looks wild.
On the season, Destiny 2 season front. Like,
I'm just glad they didn't give out the name of the rifle that Dead Orbit's bringing. I don't want to be cursed just yet.
Yeah, they. Oh, actually, no. There is something I need to find some pictures of. Because they did show some pictures of the next faction rally armor sets.
I swear, when you get your Xbox, your new one, I'm gonna do my best to play more. I'm gonna put in maximum effort.
Maximum effort
to catch up.
Yeah, Solgr. Just saying, as soon as you transfer to PC and I'm still on Xbox, I'm probably gonna be like well over 300 like when you come back.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you probably will.
That's a goal. I'll try to catch up to you. because I don't have my own PC yet.
Yeah, I'm still trying to fulfill my original goal, which was find out what the maximum legendary shards you can get is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's 999, but I've got like 830, so I haven't got much to go till then.
I think so. I think it might be 999. Because I think it just goes to 999 plus. I think.
999.
I think. Yeah,
Well, I think they've just added the extra 0. There's a bit of logic by there.
Right.
That they forgot about. Instead of putting it 999 plus, why didn't they just put 1000? There's a bit of logic. There's a bit of logic that works in this, right?
Right. It's like why just stop it?
Because we don't have the technology for that.
Does it not?
Yeah, we don't have the technology to build it.
They just wanted to bug those with the OCD.
Nah. I'm not known for having OCD, but that just drives me nuts that they did that. I hope they make a change in that and the Curse of Osiris comes out. I swear, it's driving me nuts.
I don't know. I'm kind of calling BS on that. I think you do have some OCD. You actually donated to my channel once so that it was at an even number.
This is true.
Or was that inebriation? Or wait, I think both of you did it at one point.
What?
Donated because then remember on my dono goal so that it was an even number?
That was me.
Yeah, I did as well.
I will.
Yeah, you guys both did it. I forgot. Yeah, you guys have both done it now. Yeah.
It irritates me. I can't. It's a problem I've got some sort of.
If I ever fail for more bits and it's successful, I'm deliberately going to do it on an odd number.
That messes with my OCD too. You know that, right?
Yeah, but
I have it that bad too.
An odd number.
Yours is, yeah. Your number's 3.
Odd.
Buy bits and just put them straight through on an even number just to sort it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
That's evil.
Even if I have to buy the bits.
Right.
I mean,
just to be a pain in the butt.
Oh, yeah, you will too.
One of my friends was streaming and somebody donated an odd number on the donation goal. That drives me up the wall. I needed to put £2 in to make it even.
Mm-hmm.
But I had about like £3.50 in my account, so I just went, you know what, I'm just gonna do this. It's gonna irritate me if I don't.
I now know your weakness.
I just had like £1.50 left in my bank account. Just like, Mom, can you take some money on my savings a second?
I know.
I'm gonna go overdrawn.
I know, it's so...
It's just a matter of getting bits, because I can't fish them no more. It
Farm.
says try later. But...
And see, I don't know how that works. I don't know if like you would be able to do it in like someone else's channel, or if it just kind of stops you from doing it in that specific channel, or...
I can try next time.
Like, I don't know if you can go to a different one and farm more, like... I don't know.
I'm gonna find out.
I kind of have a feeling it might just be like a cap on your account, period. So, like, I don't know if you can do it anyway.
How long does that cap last?
I don't know.
They're getting paid for the ads anyways. Like, someone's getting paid for the ads.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of not having much money, I have £8.16 in my account right now.
Yeah, right.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
I have less money than I thought I did, too.
I've got to do something.
Oh,
it's
you're
driving
good.
me up. Well, I'm going to have to freaking do this because it's irritating me right now.
Alright. But yeah, so yeah, I'm stoked with the Destiny seasons. I mean, Inebriation personally has been waiting for the PC version, so he hasn't really. I mean, we're gonna have him on a lot more lately. I mean, because a while, like, we're gonna give like the PC version being out like a few weeks or something, and then we're gonna finally do like a Destiny show with everyone. And finally...
With all PC reviews.
Mm-hmm, exactly, and finally dive into everything and kind of, have our own discussion about everything that's going on, because unfortunately the kind of like endgame issue and stuff, in Destiny right now, I'm sure at that point it's still going to be going on to some extent.
Oh, yeah.
I'm subtle, you bugger.
I couldn't deal with it. I had to do something about it.
All right, and what that noise is, if you're
hole.
watching this podcast on YouTube, because I don't have that alert pop on this scene,
Right.
so all they heard was the alert. That's the dono alert, and Homicidal just donated $4.17.
That's what I'll be this month for Halloween, a troll. I'll just throw off your OCD. No, I'm kidding. I'm not that cruel. But now
people are gonna try to do that though.
Right.
Especially if this goes up on YouTube as well.
In a couple days.
Yeah, it'll go up tomorrow. Because we do put it up the following day now. Because
people are going to be coming into my stream and doing that just to wind me up.
Yeah, that's a good point. We might actually put it up day after tomorrow, so then that way I could just put up the two podcasts at the same time. Because we're going to have tomorrows that we do.
That's a lot to do in one day. Get home, stream, podcast, upload.
Yeah, because then I don't
get home, stream, upload.
Yeah, I don't really have that much stream time during the week, anyways, after work.
True.
And that's kind of going to be the trick, having a podcast on Monday now.
Yeah, that is really good.
Especially
Mondays are crucial.
Well, and especially remember our Walking Dead podcast would normally go pretty long and fly by, because you can really get in like good discussion and stuff on that. So
it normally would, but I'm not excited for tomorrow because it's like I'm gonna be back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I'm not even gonna have a millisecond between calls.
Yeah, hate Mondays. Hate Mondays. That's actually a really good segue though, because I did want to talk about that a little bit with the Walking Dead premiere tonight. So we did one last Monday, but that was kind of like just like a special sneaky like preview kind of thing.
It wasn't one of our best because we didn't get the opportunity to like actually catch up on everything, like refresh our brains. So we kind of just went off of memory. But tomorrow and from here on out, we'll actually be aware, more in detail oriented stuff.
Hey, Brady Cable, thank you for that follow. Welcome to Soldier's Army. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, so our Walking Dead podcast, Talking Decay, will be tomorrow at 10, right? 10 p.m. Mountain Time.
Is it usually going about an hour?
I don't know. Maybe we should do it at
9:30.
9:30? Yeah. It's tomorrow night, to say the least. Yeah. To say the least, around 9 or 10, I guess.
We'll figure it out. It's in the works. We'll get a set time each Monday, but I mean, sometimes I get stuck on calls, and then we don't get home till 7.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, sometimes I don't even start my weekday streams till later.
But we'll see. We're gonna aim for 10. Well, 9:30. Between 9 and 10.
Right. All right, but I wanted to kind of touch on this a little bit though, like as far with the Destiny seasons. I'll start with Homicidal since he's actually played like Destiny 2. So what do you think about the seasons? What we like, pretty much like what we went over. Like what do you kind of think about it?
I was thinking because if there's going to be like 3 or 4 seasons in a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they raise the leveling up thing on the clans?
Well, it's gonna reset. Like it's gonna reset back to 0.
Yeah.
Right.
But if like big Destiny clans are gonna like level up to like level 6 in a couple of days.
I don't think they really can quite that fast because remember you have a max of how much XP you can contribute to your clan with each character. But to your point though, big clans, and if it's a clan of a lot of hardcore people, every one of those people might have 3 characters. So I get your point. They can do it pretty fast. You're right. They can do it a lot faster than some other clans out there. I don't know. That's just another tricky thing that they have to balance. Like we say a lot of the times, we definitely don't envy Bungie and a lot of the stuff that they have to do and balance out. With this game, like it's unfortunately they're in these damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of
hypocrisy
places a lot. Yeah.
They're leaning more towards this way. It should be more this way. And it's just,
and that's a big thing right now with the end game. You know, like it's obviously right now more geared towards the casual than the hardcore.
You can drive a person mad, you know.
But and it does. Just go to the Destiny the game Reddit. Actually, don't. That place will depress you.
I'll discover on my own. I'll discover on my own when you get your new Xbox, and then I can play Destiny more, and then I can catch up, and then I won't be such.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too, because once we pick up the One X, you know, you're taking over the Xbox, and then you're finally going to be diving into it with us too as well. So.
And who knows? Maybe this time next year I'll have my own PC.
Hopefully sooner than that, but
we'll see.
Yeah. But I'm glad. Another reason, I mean, we have Inebriation on, and like I said, he hasn't really played Destiny 2, but with Destiny 2 coming out on PC, I'm really curious to kind of get your take on, like, I kind of asked you a little bit earlier today, but like kind of like, you know, like what your hype level kind of is for it, because like I told Saint the same thing, like I kind of feel bad for the PC market because, you know, especially ones in your, you know, in your shoes, you know, where you didn't get the console version, you know, you did what a lot of people couldn't do. You waited it out, right? You know, and unfortunately now you have this month and a half of feedback, you know, that the community's been able to give. So I'm just kind of really interested to see like what it does to one person's hype level, right? You know. So I'm kind of curious where that is.
I don't know. Like my hype, I don't know. I don't really get as excited for games as I used to. Anyways, like I do, but I don't.
Right.
It's just kind of one of those things. I guess for me, I have so much going on in life. I don't have time to like really get super hyped about anything. Really, you know what I mean? Like it's just. I know that sounds super depressing, but anyways, I don't mean it like that.
Everyone's like
that. I just, it's being an adult, and I wish I could just take a child pill and be like, "Hey, got no worries, no bills to pay."
Right.
But I mean, my point is I focus on what's happening now, and then what's going to happen is Tuesday morning. I'm going to wake up, and I'm probably going to be like a little kid on Christmas, and I'm going to be super excited because it's happening today, and I have to go to work and all this, and it's just like, boom, let's get this done. So it's probably going to be a completely different day Tuesday, but, you know, as of right now, I've watched some things, but I've kind of distanced myself from it. I think ultimately just because, you know, in the past when I had to wait a month, especially when, you know, like other consoles got it a month early, things like that.
Oh God, yeah.
I remember watching that stuff and then I'd just get handsy, and that's all I could think about. So I think maybe that's just kind of why I haven't gotten as much hype. Right. But because that's ultimately, like, I get your point is that, you know, you got the people that have been watching all this stuff, and now it's not like the new factor's gone. Although I think once they start playing, it's going to be new because now they're playing it themselves, but it's also on a computer. It's on PC. It's, you know, you didn't get to do that before. So I think that's huge, but I can see where watching that content nonstop, you know, you'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen all this, nothing's new. And I already know how to do this raid. I watched the video. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So, and I haven't watched, I mean, I've watched you stream, but as far as it goes, whenever you're doing your stream, I'm also playing Warframe. I'm doing something else, right? So when I pop back in, I'm like, oh, okay, he's shooting stuff. And I'm not going to mention the other stuff you do, but
right.
I have an idea. What if they do some kind of PC exclusive to where it's something none of the consoles were able to do? It's only like a certain mission for PC, to where it's like it gives that aspect of, oh, for all of you that actually watched it on console or played it on console and now coming to PC, here's something you didn't know or didn't see or weren't spoiled by, because it's, you know, like maybe that's their, sorry, we delayed the PC version, here is an extra mission that none of the console users know how to do. That or
even essentially dropping some content on Tuesday. for all, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I'm not selfish. I get some people would be like, well, we had to wait. Yeah, okay, whatever. But you also get a lot better frame rate, and you also during that month got to buy 9,000 games at $1 a piece. Okay, so
Right.
you know, there's the pros and cons of each side. But it would be kind of cool if something like, hey, you know, welcome the PC users. You know, we're gonna drop this. Right, just something like, yeah, that would be cool.
Well, you guys both bring up excellent points because, like, to speak to Fusha's point first, really quick, I think they could do that, but you have to also remember they have this exclusivity deal that they do with PlayStation. You know, right. PlayStation gets certain stuff that the Xbox doesn't, so I don't know how that interferes with their deal with Sony. But then to Inebriation's point, exactly, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, you know. But to Inebriation's point, that's an excellent point too, though, that he mentioned, because there's been, like, a lot of Destiny podcasts and stuff I listen to. There's been a lot of people like, you know, I wonder if there's some of those time gated events, you know, like the Black Spindle quest that came out of nowhere, you know, just one of those things that finally opens up and unlocks at about a certain amount of time. And even though we haven't seen anything like that yet in Destiny 2, that's one thing people keep bringing up is, well, maybe they're waiting for the PC version to launch. And then they'll start coming out with some of this stuff. Yeah. Like, have they been holding out some stuff just for the PC so that they can come out for everybody? And, like, Bungie has never said that, but I kind of wouldn't be surprised if something does come out of nowhere. And
it'd be good by them, because it's like all the PC, like, you had to
I think they should do something like that, yeah.
I think it would be very rewarding and very much appreciated if they were able to do something like that. 'Cause it's just like, you know. I mean,
I think...
Sorry, I had to wait longer. Here's an extra candy bar for your patience.
It would be awesome, like you, to your point, you know, was more kind of just PC would see it, but then where Inebriation's point was more all platforms, you know, all like worldwide.
It would be cool if it was all platforms too, to where it's like not necessarily something exclusive that only PC gets, but that everybody gets at the same time.
Like one point I kind of pointed out a little bit earlier, it makes you wonder, like, okay, so obviously it sucks the PC people had to wait this long, but maybe like, are they gonna kind of avoid this end game stuff that's going on in the console world right now? Because
another question that
they might be hitting their end game drought that the console's in right now, right around the time the first expansion is supposed to be coming out. Probably
that's another question that I was kind of wondering too, is now all of these reviews that they're already getting from the console version, it's like, is it gonna do like a cause and effect to them to change something for the PC version before it gets there?
Yeah,
is it like gonna have like a ripple effect to where they're like, oh hey, let's do this update, boom?
Well, and that's like, well, okay, I actually mentioned this a little bit earlier, because I think it was Descent, because I don't think he was really sure, but because I think he asked something like, is the PC people going to have to wait a month and a half, you know, for like the expansions? And from what I can remember, that's not going to be the case. Bungie has said that they're supposed to be, PC and consoles are supposed to be on the same level now.
They should
once it comes out. So expansions, so
no
like
discrimination against consoles. Right?
Expansion should be, honestly, I'm glad that they did this for PC, built it ground up instead of just a port over, because like we saw how good it was in the beta, right? Like
it was incredible.
Like I can't wait. Like the beta was so good. Like it literally feels like a different game. Like it really does.
It definitely felt a lot different than when I first tried to play it on Xbox and got super frustrated because I died 20 times in the opening scene. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? I got angry.
And kind of to give a different perspective, like I was saying with Inebriation, how I was asking about his perspective going into it, you know, not being not because he didn't get the console version, so like waiting. For me, you know, I've obviously been playing the console version for the month and a half or whatever it's been out, but I'm still I'm super stoked for the PC version, because like part of me, like my hype for it comes from several different areas too, right? Like I'm still like definitely to play it on PC because of how amazing it felt and everything. But then the thing that's got me hyped for it the most is the homies to play it with. For the most part, you know, Inebriation and Saint and Boo and everybody that's going to be getting it. Like there's a lot of the homies that are going to be getting it for PC that I haven't been able to play with. So that's a huge part of it. And then another part of it is it's going to give me something to do in the game again. Right now, I can do the 3-character campaign level grind again.
Now that you kind of know how to do it, you may be able to.
Well, I did my 3 characters on Xbox. I got all 3 of them through it pretty fast. I think I got all 3 of them through it in the first week.
See, now you can have 9 characters. PlayStation, Xbox.
No. I was planning on getting. No, remember I told that to Mundo because Mundo does have it for all 3. Mundo is going to have 9 characters.
That'd be a bit much.
And at the time when I was in Mundo's chat, I thought I was going to be getting it for all 3 at the time. And me and Mundo was talking about it. He's like, hell yeah, I'll have 9 to grind. I'm like, yeah, me too. And I was like, nobody grinds like we grind, you know? I'm like, but no, because we're not going to really have a reason to get it for PS4 because you're going to take over the Xbox. The reason why I was going to get it on PS4 was for you, but you're going to be playing it on Xbox once we get the One X. So
I'd rather play it on Xbox. I've gotten so much more used to the Xbox controller from what we've been slacking on our 7 Days to Die or our Zombies stream, because there's been times where I'm like, hey, were we going to do Zombies? And you're like, mid-game, we'll do that. I'm like, okay, I'll just do what I was doing.
I know. We need to plan it out a little bit more. We need to get back on our zombie.
I was able
ones.
to get used to the Xbox controller. That I think I would do better on the Xbox than with the PlayStation controller, just because all the times playing Zombies, I know it's a completely different game, but the shooting aspect is still one and the same. The movement.
Dude,
I would enjoy it more on Xbox than I would PlayStation.
There's even quite a few people I know that are PlayStation diehards, don't really care much for Xbox, but they like the Xbox controller better.
I kind of was a whatchamacallit to PlayStation. Like,
PlayStation elitist?
Yeah, but I've kind of gotten over that because, I mean, each different console and each different, like, platform brings its own...
pros and cons.
To the table that it's like...
Mm-hmm.
I got a box of chocolates. I might as well enjoy all of them. If it's like,
except for the coconut ones, forget that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That kid at heart, can't help it.
Sorry.
Except the broken ones.
I should have an option to buy it without the freaking coconut one.
Yeah,
right?
God, yeah.
I know the coconut ones are the worst.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, hey, you're enjoying your life. Everything's great. And then, bam. Yeah. You know what? I didn't buy a box of chocolates to remind me of life. Okay.
Right? It's like
surprise coconut
cookies that like you don't know if it's a chocolate chip cookie or if it's a raisin. Who would put raisin in cookies?
Yeah, that doesn't sound too appealing.
It's not fair.
No.
It's injustice.
All right. So before we wrap up this week's episode here in a minute, I kind of wanted to touch on the Walking Dead premiere tonight, but like I said, no spoilers or anything, so nothing in the past. But
well, it's really hard when he's only seen 2 episodes.
Well, I know. I'm mainly thinking me and you.
Oh.
Because
I'll just plug my ears in and say earmuffs and go la la la.
I know. Actually, I'm trying to think actually like what we really could say about it without getting into spoilers or anything. So
I would say if you have any questions, check out our I can't think of words today. Our talking to Kay that we did last week, where it was 50-50. I mean, we didn't put our full effort in. We ran out of time, but if you got any questions to like tonight, check that out real quick before
watching the season premiere. But like we said, spoilers in that though. So
yeah, there are spoilers in that too.
Yeah, so maybe not, but yeah, I'm stoked for a new season. You know, it's a new season of The Walking Dead, and
it's kind of funny that Inebriation has only seen 2 episodes, because I remember when I first started watching it, I was living at my mom's. I didn't have control of the remote, so I only saw the first season. And then because she said it was too dark and depressing, she didn't want to watch it no more, I couldn't see it. So I'd only see random episodes that were playing on rerun. I'm like, who took the governor's eye? Because the first time I ever saw the governor
He didn't have.
He didn't have an eye. So then when we got together and you were catching me up, I'm like, well, wait, he started with both eyes, and it was that suspense the whole way through. So it's like, when you do get caught up, your mind will just be blown.
Yeah, last season was really good.
It was intense.
Okay. Well, and it's just, I tried, and I guess every time that I've sat down, and I'll be honest, like, I work, and then I come home, and I'm like, you know what, I want to play games. And then when I watch anything, it's because nobody's on, and I've been sitting here for an hour staring at a screen, not realizing that I've just been staring at a screen. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to watch a show. Yeah, I'm going to go watch a show, and it's because I'm bored. And if you've ever tried to find something when you're just that bored, nothing is good. Like,
nothing sounds appealing.
Nothing.
Because I don't know if anybody else has done this, but I've done this where I'll get halfway through an episode of like 9 different shows and never actually watch it.
Yeah.
Like, I get halfway through, I'm like, I'm not feeling it. Let's watch something else.
It's the same thing for me. Like, we get home from work, he comes in here and starts streaming, and then I mainly turn it on for background noise. Unless it's a new episode of Big Bang or a movie I haven't seen. And even when it's a movie I haven't seen, I'm still on stream and on Facebook that I'm not even paying attention to the TV unless it's something that I like Big Bang.
And we've mentioned that so much in our shows is there's so many shows that we want to watch and get caught up on, but we just, the way our routines are and stuff, like, we just don't have time. Like, between working and streaming and podcasting and like,
well, and it's like our original idea was last year when we were watching Walking Dead, we're like, okay, if we could put away a devoted time slot to watch Walking Dead, why don't we replace that time slot with Netflix when Walking Dead is in the off season, so that we can catch up on Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and
because we're able to do it. I get your point, because we're able to do it with Walking Dead and Doctor Who and
but we never actually did it. And it's like, oh, what happened to our Netflix? And it's like, oh, we didn't get a chance. It just, life happens.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. But
I mostly have it on for background noise, so I get that.
Yeah.
I'm just not one of the cool kids. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm not cool enough to hang.
I mean, I'm pretty cool online. I guess that's true.
Yeah,
I got lots of friends on the internet.
I'm I'm so famous.
I'm just a special kind of special opening an emergency exit on the freeway, the back of the bus.
Oh God, yeah, we were talking about that earlier too. Opening doors on the freeway.
I'm one of a kind. Ain't no one like me.
That's for damn sure. All right. On that note, I think we'll wrap up this week's episode. I want to thank Inebriation and Homicidal for joining us this week.
No, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
It has been wonderful to have you guys on tonight. And I just wanted to say, if you wanted to see the newest addition to our little family, I posted it on Instagram.
You're making that sound like what it's not, but
it's like a teaser, so they have to check on Instagram.
I had plenty of things to say. I just kept it all to myself.
It's an
I about exploded.
I'm planting the seed, and then you go and you're like, oh wow, okay. That's what
also phrasing. Also phrasing.
Yeah, nice phrasing.
Yeah. About that.
All right, but yeah, Inebriation and Homicidal do stream as well. I'll have, if you're watching this on YouTube, I will have links to all of our channels and Twitters and everything down in the description down below, as well as Fusha's Instagram. And so if you want to catch this show, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. If you like the video, sub to the channel for more content. And if you want to catch our shows live, join the chat in the discussion every Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time at twitch.tv/Solgr only. Once again, thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.
Deuces.
Peace.
Peace.